Somehow there's always a risk with operations. Everybody knows this.
Sorry, Doc. Didn't want to disturb you there. You just do your thing, I guess.
Hey there, welcome back. We're on episode 10 of my Let's Play Rimworld in the Boreal Forest. Last episode we got a notification of the trader that was incoming. They're here now, and we waited till Aseuta woke up, and I was hoping to strike a nice deal here. However, we can only sell the wooden war mask. They're not interested in all our leathers. So yeah, I think it would have been better if we had a different trader, but hey, this is how it goes. This is what we have. I was inclined to buy the bolt action rifle. However, I didn't want to spend that much silver on a hunting rifle because we need them for the sterile tiles. We want to improve our hospital, and we want to give Aseuta a wooden foot so she can be transhumanistly pleased, and we have a better mood buff. For the next research I was a bit in doubt. It's either wake up production or smithing. However, I went for smithing mainly because I want the steel tiles. I like them for in my prison. I know they can burn, but they kind of look cool, right? Aseuta started preparing her hospital room. She will be the first volunteer to be operated in this room, and yeah, we're really looking forward to it, although it's also a little bit exciting. We don't know what's going to happen, and I hope everything goes well for her. Doc installed some vents. This way the bedroom will get heat as well. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Somehow I installed a vent in the freezer as well. Obviously, that's not very useful. So yeah, remove that again. Mistakes happen. Luckily, it wasn't a big one. Next event are a couple of cargo pods. I think this is Randy's way of saying sorry for giving our smoke leaf crops a blight. So instead of that, he grants us a couple of smoke leaf joints. We can always use these. Of course, we are a drug dealer, so we're probably going to sell them. But they will also help our moods to stay in check. While the traders are leaving, we do get another visitor. This visitor, however, comes in the form of a transport pod. Let's check who's in there. Her name is Henderson. She's not affiliated with any faction, so this should be a possible fellow colonist for us. But to make sure she's worth the saving, let's check her skills and traits. She's a careful shooter, she's nimble, and she's pretty. So that's all pretty good. The careful shooter thing, we can try and compensate that with an automatic rifle. And skill-wise, I think shooting is okay. She needs a lot of practice, but she has a passion in it. Plants are good for in the summer. We can do a lot of planting the smoke leaf and the psychite plants. And her animal skill is obviously very good. We're missing a nun. A nun would be our animal tamer and hunter, and Henderson is a perfect substitute for her. So yeah, we're definitely going to rescue her. I hope she'll join, but you'll never know. And yeah, let's just give her the best care possible so we can persuade her to stay in our colony. In the health tab, we can see we have 20 hours to save her, and this is more than enough. Temperature is minus 13, so we do need to get a move on. We don't want her to get hypothermia. And in the meanwhile, we're going to construct the hospital a little bit more so she can get the best care possible. Only thing missing really is a light, but still the tending quality is quite high, so I think Henderson will be fine. As with most problems, as soon as you come across them, deal with them directly, otherwise you'll forget maybe. So let's install the light straight away. All in all, we did a good job, and Henderson agrees. She decides to join us. So we have our third colonist. As always, I'd like to hear a suggestion for a name for her. So if you have any, please let me know. I can't promise I'm gonna implement it the next episode because I'm going to pre-record a couple, I think, mainly because of Christmas. But yeah, if you give me a name, then within 3 episodes, I will definitely change it for you. If you think Henderson is a great name and we should keep it, that's always a possibility. For now, our colonist decides to wear a tainted parka. That's okay. And we need to make her some stuff in the future. Also taking a meal And of course, after being in the transport pod for that long, she definitely deserves that as well. Now, of course, the good thing with our extra colonist is we have an extra pair of hands. Her mining skill is quite good, and also Aseuta's mining skill is quite good. I think all of our mining skill is good. So it would be a shame if we wouldn't use that. So we're definitely going to let one of them mine some extra steel. We're going to need it in the future. We need it more and more now as well. And to make the lights and later on the vents, then yeah, we can use it. So let's do it now. Not like we have anything else to do, right? Not a lot happening during today. I did decide to improve our defense a little bit, and that is by a small corridor with traps. We are going to use the door on the right side. The raiders are going to use the door in the middle, and to get there, they need to go through the corridor. Once we have a raid, we'll open up the door, and we'll close the right door, and then it'll probably work. To improve the chance of this happening, we're going to remove the outside door of the generator room, and we're going to place a wall around it. This will also insulate it a little bit better and prevent the heat from leaking to the outside. Of course, we want to use the heat inside. A lot of time is then spent on building our structures, the walls and traps, and chopping up marble and granite. In the meanwhile, we also have a trader coming by. Having the highest social skill, Aseuta will do the bartering for us. We can sell our muffalo wool pants, the human leather shirt, and the smoke leaf joints, and that's basically it. We're not going to sell medicine, we can't sell anything else, and to see if they have something interesting, that would be the lynx. I like the lynx, but I've set my mind on Arctic foxes. So yeah, that's basically it. I see I left muffalo wool pants, probably because of the winter now. But yeah, this was it. And we have a nice bit of silver to collect. The next day, the traders are leaving and they grant us a club. Aseuta, being our melee character, will definitely use this. This will make her even better in combat. It's a sandstone club, so yeah, it's good enough. Better than barehanded. For the rest, it's the basic thing again. Henderson is doing some hauling. Aseuta is gonna do some crafting again, and Doc is back at the research table to get our smithing going. When we picked up Henderson, we picked her up mainly because of her animal skill and her training. There are no Arctic foxes here, but there are Arctic wolves. So we're gonna make an attempt to tame one. They do have a 10% chance of getting a revenge mode. So I don't know if it's wise, but hey, we got her for this specific function, so she better do it right. Let's see what she can do. So when you zoom in enough, you can see the bubbles with text, and this is to see what they're talking about. This is also found in the log files, but I thought it would be fun to see it. As we can see, the first taming attempt failed, and in the meanwhile we have a group of visitors coming by. They aren't able to trade, and we aren't gonna kidnap them either, because we're not really in the position to do that anyway. So eventually we do have to deal with this ancient danger. We rather do that sooner than later, because yeah, when it happens by accident, then I don't know what will happen. So best to do it in a controlled environment. So we're gonna place a hallway next to it, and as soon as we have a big group of traders again, then we can open it up, and I hope whatever's in there will follow me through the hallway, and the traders usually gather in front of the cabin so they can help us deal with the threat and maybe even leave us some bodies. Next to that, we have something else to deal with. With Henderson fully healed and sleeping in her own bedroom, this means our hospital is having a free bed again. Aseuta still has her left foot with a scar on it. This gives her 82% efficiency, but she also is a transhumanist that is not pleased at the moment. So if we're gonna remove the left foot and replace it with a wooden foot, then the efficiency will go down 2% to 80%, so that's a bit of a shame. However, the mood is going up by 8. We're going from a -4 debuff to a +4 buff, which is obviously really good. After placing some materials, Doc is going to take care of Aseuta, and this is going to be our first operation. We're going to use the best medicine possible, and of course, we need a piece of wood for the left foot. Let's see how this goes. I'm really excited. I hope it's going well. Somehow, there's always a risk with operations. Everybody knows this. But in this case, we succeeded. Aseuta got her left foot. She's really happy with it. Her mood went up. And Doc got some pretty good experience.
Doesn't take long for Aseuta to be fully operational again.
And yeah, can't really tell a thing, do you? She's accustomed to it already. Being a transhumanist, this was her dream. Her body is now like 95% flesh instead of 100, and this is awesome. In the meanwhile, we're doing some cleanup. We're mining quite a fair bit, and we're also chopping down some trees around the base. After that, it's time for bed, and to be honest, the following 2 days weren't that interesting. It was all the same. There was a lot of chopping trees, a lot of mining, and a lot of researching. The first thing happening was an Arctic wolf hunting Henderson for food, so instead of taming it, she somehow got it to attack her. She wasn't even near it yet, so I guess it was just hungry, and it's a bad timing. So let's go inside. We have the distance, and we'll be fine. At the end of the day, we have Doc almost finishing research. She does cook up some extra meals for breakfast, and officially winter has begun. This then will conclude this day, and one by one our women will get into bed, preparing for the first day of winter. We survived another week, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Once again, if you like this, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions.